Hello, a very good and early morning to you. We woke up super early today to have our sea tour in Bohol. The reason why we had to get up as early as 4 a.m. was to observe, swim, and be one with nature's majestic sea creatures. Let's go! Meron kaming kasamang 3 bangka ng mga tourist din. And at this moment, para kami nasa amazing race. Before reaching the island though, the boat started to slow down and not a single person expected what was about to happen. This is the actual reason why we needed to get up early, to see the dolphins show out. Enjoy!
Obviously, based on our reactions, we were amazed to see these little creatures in action. We were warned beforehand that we might not get to see them just like the previous day. This might be due to the recent storm in Bohol. However, seeing them swim freely and gracefully filled our hearts with joy and reminds us how awesome nature is.
We are now in Balikasag Island, where we would be snorkeling with the fishes and turtles. There's an environmental fee of 100 pesos, which is included na sa tour namin, so hindi na kami nagbayad. Meron din rental ng snorkeling gear, pero meron na kaming dalang amin for hygiene purposes. We are now going to the area with sea turtles first, then to the fish sanctuary. Here we are split into 2 small boats, my cousin and I in one, and our parents in the other. Pro tip, galing kay kuya, to prevent fogging in your goggles, duraan daw muna yung goggles, spread, then hugasan ng seawater. Trust me, it works. There are only 2 sea turtles in the area and nasa baba sila. So salamat kay kuya na nag-dive and nagtulong sa akin para kuhanin tong mga clips. On the other hand, in the fish sanctuary, madaming iba't ibang klaseng isda makikita mo. And the funny thing is, Pinoy na Pinoy mga isda kasi skyflakes din ang pinapakain sa kanila. After feeding the fishes, it's time to learn some free diving. The boat was anchored to a rock below, and we used the rope to help us dive deeper even without fins. The Virgin Island is known for its sandbar, a place where you could get grilled seafood and meat from different stalls. Some even sell fresh seafood like sea urchin. However, due to a recent controversy, the sandbar is long gone and we just took photos. Our last stop was a private island that sort of resembled Snake Island in Palawan. It was a stretch of land with water around ankle deep. A little bit of swimming, snorkeling, and relaxation, then we headed back to have our lunch in Panglao. We had lunch at the Buzz Cafe at Alona Beach. This is an outlet that serves food from the famous Bohol bee farm. For starters, they offered their homemade bread with two different spreads. I believe one is a mango honey butter and the other is some kind of herb garlic butter. We also ordered their fresh lumpia in cassava wrapper, which is chewier than the usual crepe-like wrapper we are used to. For our mains, my dad ordered the seafood pasta, which was very creamy and had a bunch of seafood. My cousin and I ordered spare ribs, while my aunt ordered the same dish but with mango on it. The ribs were tender and it was braised in a sweet tomato sauce like a sweet caldereta. It comes with garden salad and brown rice. We also ordered a cheese pizza to share. The pizza was decent, nothing to write home about, but their chili sauce was so good. I liked how it was spicy and yet still flavorful at the same time. Burger was the same as the pizza, a good homemade beef burger with cassava chips. Overall comments about this place, it serves good and unique homemade dishes, although slightly more expensive than usual, but the service, the view, and their specialty dishes makes up for it. Below the restaurants, they have a shop that sells some of their products like kape mais, bread, different spreads, and different types of honey. For dessert, we had their famous ice cream with different flavors such as malunggay, charcoal, and honey butter. For dinner, we ate at the famous Miss Resto that is known for its aesthetics, ambience, and of course food. To me, the place resembles a mix between a giant treehouse and a bird cage. There are plenty of places to take pictures from before heading inside, so that's what we did. As soon as you get inside, you can tell right away that this is no ordinary restaurant. It feels like an alfresco dining but indoors. Each table has a different arrangement, theme, and ambience. They also have an extensive menu, but sadly, some of their dishes were unavailable at that time. For starters, we had their calamares, which was crispy and paired well with their spicy mayo. Crab tacos, which has a slight kick but was cooled off with fresh mango cubes and fresh lettuce. California maki topped with mango and fish roe, and their garlic parmesan wings were crispy, garlicky, and sinfully good. For mains, we had the creamy seafood pasta topped with a bunch of seafood and plenty of fish roe. Their specialty crab rice was presented in an interesting way. The fried rice had chunks of crab meat, scallions, and scrambled egg. We also added their salmon nigiri. However, the main event was the Miss Surf and Turf platter. There's fried crab omelette, squid stuffed with onions, tomatoes, garlic, cheesy baked scallop, garlic shrimp, salmon sashimi, and sweet and sticky pork ribs. This was a special occasion as we celebrated my aunt's belated birthday, so we got her a mango cheesecake. What an experience, and undoubtedly would come back again. Our last day in Bohol before we head back to Cebu. But before we head back, there is something we still need to see and experience. We are here to see the gentle giants of the sea, the whale shark. Personally, what I have been looking forward to the most, as some would say, saving the best for last. Even though we reached the place relatively early, the place was packed with tourists and we waited for our turn to hop onto the boat. During this time, I was getting anxious and excited at the same time. The feeling of knowing something great and a life-changing experience was about to happen. We rode to the area where the whale sharks were, not far from the shore, slowly getting closer and closer to them.
Let's go!
After we jumped into the water, one of the guides pulled us to the center, and suddenly I found out that one of the whale sharks was near. It was Majestic. It was unbelievable. My eyes couldn't believe what it was seeing. I couldn't even fathom the size of this creature and how small everything was compared to it. Nothing else mattered.
Nothing else was more important than this.
And nothing was going to take this experience away from me. Bohol, you have been amazing. From your compassionate people to your breathtaking scenery. The experiences and memories we attained in this trip were priceless. And as I have said, nothing will take that away from us.